Welcome to Fiddle lesson number 1. Today we're going to get introduced to our fiddle instrument, and we're going to learn the G scale on the lower strings of the fiddle. And we're going to learn the first part of a very familiar tune to a lot of people. It's called Camptowne Ladies. So let's get going. Uh, this is your fiddle. I'm sure you have one in your hand or right next to you right now. Let's talk a little bit about it. So up here we have the tuning knobs, and here we have our fine tuning knobs. Now, once your fiddle is set up, in other words, it's been strung and it's tuned, that's all done with these knobs up here. But once it's tuned, any tuning you do in the future will probably be with your fine tuning knobs here, because you don't need this to do a lot of cranking up here to tune it every time. Let's talk about tuners. Um, this is the first tuner that I use. You can buy these on Amazon. It just you can just clamp it right on your fiddle, like right here on the side. You can you see guitar players clamp them up here, but it'll probably fall off up there. So this is probably the place to clamp it onto your fiddle. I went to a change to a different kind of tuner, and this is the tuner I have now. Again, I got it off of Amazon, and it's kind of handy. Um, you just put it here, you tighten it, and you push this little lever down, and it locks in place, and it just stays there. It doesn't go anywhere. Whereas the other one, you can bump it, and it's just like a clothespin. So if you don't have a tuner, that's fine. You can go on YouTube, and there's lots of videos that will help you tune your violin. So the violin has 4 strings, and each of them has a note value. The lowest one is G, the next one is D, then A, and the high one is E. Now, the E string can be challenging for beginners, and we will try to avoid using that string for a few lessons. Eventually, we'll get to it. We'll talk about that later. So, I remember these notes because G, D, A, E is good dogs are enjoyable. I don't have a dog, but when I've seen a good dog, it's enjoyable to be around. So good dogs are enjoyable. That's the little acronym I use to remember. Now, I want to talk about rosining your bow. I'm sure you have one like this. When you're not using your fiddle, just give it a couple little twists to take the tension off of the horsehairs. But when you're ready to play, you're going to give it a couple of twists, 2 or 3 twists, to give it some tension. Now, when I rosin my bow, I give it an extra crank, and you can see my rosin here has been well used. If you have a brand new rosin, um, if maybe you need somebody to help you with this, but just get a knife and score it. Put some knife cut marks in it, and that way your bow will be able to pick up the rosin better. So when you're rosining a bow for the first time, you're gonna want to be rubbing a lot. But once you've used your bow, that's all you need to do. Just a few little rubs up and down the horsehair, and it has plenty of rosin. And I would say that every 3 hours of playing time would be uh, after 3 hours of playing time, then you want to rosin it again. So I just loosened it a little notch so that I can play it. Let me just play this tune for you so you can see where we're going with this. So this is a little tune we're going to work on at the end of this lesson. Kind of cute, isn't it? Camptowne ladies, sing the song, doo-dah, doo-dah. I don't even know if that's the lyrics, but that's the way I remember it from when I was a kid. So let's talk about playing your instrument. You're going to want to draw your bow completely perpendicular to the strings. You don't want to be angling it this way or that way. Try to get it to draw perfectly across your strings. And some people have asked me, like my son has a cello and he watched me play, and he said, I'm not putting the horsehair flat on the strings, but I was angling it. Can you see that? See how I'm angling it? I do that because I think it gives a little better sound and it gives me a little more control of the sound by doing that. But there's a personal preference. Now there are different zones to bow on. The best zone, I don't remember the names of these, it doesn't matter, but the best one is right here where this board ends. And then you have the space here before you get to the bridge, okay? So if you play right there, that's the best place to play. Now you can play up here, you get different sounds. It's a little more tinny when you play up there. And some people will actually play all the way down here for certain reasons. There's certain reasons you want to play down there to get a different kind of sound. But later in the lessons, when we learn double stops, you'll find this is the best place where you can play two strings. Okay? Now, that's your fiddle. It's a wonderful instrument. I love my fiddle. It's my best friend. So, let's talk about scales. I don't know if you've ever played scales on any other instrument, but it's just a series of 8 notes up and then back down. So we're going to start with the G scale today, which has an F sharp in it, and the notes go G. I'm going to I want you to see my fingers here. I'm going to put one finger down. That's my A. And then my second finger, the B. Now my third finger is going to go right next to, can you see it there? That's my C. And then we go to the next string. What's the next string? Good dogs are enjoyable, right? So it's D. It's just an open string, no fingers. And then we do the same fingering again. Put our first finger down. That's E. Put the second finger down. That's our F sharp. And then put that third finger right next to it, right here. That's my G again. So if you listen to this G and this G, a little flat. You notice it's the same note. They're just one octave apart. So our G scale is G, A, E, C, E, F sharp, G, and then we're going to go back down. Give that a try. G, F sharp, E, now we're going to go back down here to the G string. See it? C, D, A, G. Okay? So what I want you to do between now and your next lesson is practice that G scale. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to count 4 counts for each note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice my bow is going low, long, and slow here. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to the D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to that third finger on the G string. That's a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back in G, 2, 3, 4. Okay? We're going to do it like that, and then we're going to do it faster. I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, back down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Now, the challenge is, whoops, my tuner's coming off or something here. I'm just going to take it off and set it aside. Here's your challenge with your scales for the week. After you do those, counting 4 counts for each note and then 2 counts for each note, I want to see if you can do it, practice that over and over for a couple of days. And then let's see if you can do 1 count per note. So if you remember, we said it was 8 notes. So we can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that's what I want you to do between now and our next lesson. And then we'll do a quick review and throw in a new scale so you can learn some other cool notes. So what can we do with the G scale? Well, this is the key of G, and as I mentioned, it has a F sharp. And it just happens to be that the first half of Camptowne Ladies, even though it's in a different key, and I won't throw you off by telling you about that, but even though it's in a different key, we play those notes, those nice easy notes in the G scale. Now I'm going to tell you, we're going to throw in 2 other notes real quick. So you remember our notes of our strings? G. What's the next one? D. What's the next string? A. Okay. Good dogs are enjoyable. So this song, Camptowne Ladies, starts on that A string. We're going to play it twice. Okay. And then we're going to put our second finger on the D string like we did before. Remember what note that was? That's an F sharp. And then we're going to go back up to that open A. Make sure you can see this on the computer. Okay, that's our first measure. A, F sharp, A. Okay, and then we're going to put our first finger down on that A string. And then open on the A. And then back to that F sharp. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, that's first finger open and then down to second finger on the D string. Okay, let's put those 2 measures together. do it again together. Okay, now we're going to finish off this line of the song, and it's going to be F sharp, E, F sharp, E. Okay, just do that with me. That's second finger, first finger on the D string. Okay, now let's start at the beginning. We'll go open A, second finger on the D string, open again, A again, and that first finger on the A string, and open A, back to that second finger, the F sharp. Okay. Now you remember what we did? We went doo da, doo da. Let's do it again. Okay, that's half the song. Well, half of the part we're doing today. So now, this is the beautiful thing about music. There's often parts of songs that repeat. So once you learn a couple of measures, you'll go, hey, that shows up again in the song. And this is exactly what we're doing next. We're going to repeat those first two measures. We're going to go A, F sharp, D, A, F sharp, okay? Okay, do it with me. Okay? And then the last part is easy. We're going to go so that's the first finger on your D string. It's an E. And then play it quickly. And then put your second finger down the F sharp, back to the E, first finger, and then the open D. Okay, let's just do that. Let's do it again. Okay, let's add all that together. That part we repeat. And then that last part. Do it again. One more time. Okay, that's the second half. Let's put it all together. See how you do. We'll go slowly. How'd you do? Let's do it together one more time. I'm trying to make a happy sound here and it's not sounding happy. There we go. That's my double stop. I like throwing a double stop at the end. But we'll talk about double stops in another lesson. Actually, there's lots of lessons with double stops, and they're so exciting once you get to that point. But for now, in the next several days, I want you to practice every day and practice your G scale, starting on the G string, open G string. You're going to run through that, practice that a lot. And the reason why is I want, excuse me, I want your fingers to get used to the movement on the strings. And also, as you play the notes and your fingers are in different positions, your ear is going to start being trained. Oh, that's a B, or oh, that's an F sharp. That's what that sounds like when I put my finger there. That's why we're going to work on scales every time. They're so important to help us to become a good musician. And then, play this first part of Camptown Ladies. Later, we will add the second part in another lesson to complete that song, and it'll be fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this first lesson. Um, and if this has been valuable to you, I would appreciate if you'd buy me a coffee. Now, I don't drink coffee, but hot chocolate's really good. And around town here where I live, I can buy hot chocolate for $3 and it's so delicious. And I would love if you could buy me a hot chocolate. So if you would just look below in the description box, I have a link there to buymeacoffees.com/Porch Fiddler, and there you can give me, $2 or $3 would be really nice for this lesson. And I hope it's been valuable to you. And practice every day and be happy.